As you can tell, I'm ready for Carb Day. If you don't know what that is, it is at the Indianapolis 500, where everyone takes Friday off from work to go get shit-faced and in a huge field. So we're back. Pusha T, Daytona, new album, 7 tracks, which honestly to me I think adds to the value of it, because you know you're not getting that much. It's not going to take you too much time to listen to it, but when you do listen to it, it's going to be impactful. You might have to actually run it back a couple times. 3 years in the making. What can we expect? We know what to expect, and that's exactly what we got. If you know, you know. Lets you know he's waving at you, taking his shots, and now 10 years later, but as the beat builds on, you see where Kanye is taking it. I wasn't really feeling the singer on that particular record, only because I don't know, there was just, you know, when you listen to music and you're just casually doing something else and you're listening and something happens that kind of throws you off and you go, what was that? That's kind of the feeling I had. So again, just on first listen, it didn't really flow very well. Luckily, after that part, Ross comes in and really delivers a solid verse. Like we heard Pusha talk on the Angie Martinez interview. You know, Rick Ross is definitely somebody who is going to deliver a solid quality verse every time, and he knows he can depend on him for that. I don't know, I think the collab album thing has to be so major and at such a high platform of music. It has to be pivotal, it has to be culturally shifting for it to actually be valuable, like Jay-Z and Kanye's was. We don't get any Kid Cudi features in this album, so if you're looking for anything along those lines, you're gonna have to wait till June 1st and then June 8th, I believe, for those 2 particular projects to get some Cudi and Kanye.
Who else got the luxury to
real hard off the top, and then it had this real crazy switch that really reminded you of why Kanye is such an amazing producer when it comes to taking these risks that actually work, these risks that make you go, what the hell was that? So off the wall, you know, you're going one direction and one vibe and one, you know, soundscape this way, and then suddenly you just woo!
I can still climb ladders when complexions fade. Yeah.
That at 125, Pusha's going crazy. So make sure you pay attention. You might have to actually look, this is what I did.
Yeah. A blow off. If we go by connections made, I can still climb ladders when complexions fade. A blow off. If we go by connections made, I can still climb ladders when complexions fade. Yeah. White on white, that's the tester. Black on black, that's the Tesla.
Now Santeria has a really interesting sample in the middle of it. Not to have a spoiler if you haven't listened to the album.
Santeria.
Well, sorry, I already did it. But anyways, it has a Spanish piece in it that really surprised me. Of course, Latin music and the Spanish genre is really going crazy right now as far as growing and getting bigger and more popular and really implementing itself into the core of the American sound as well. You look at artists like Bad Bunny and J Balvin really making a break with records with Beyonce and Cardi B. This is a genre that's getting much, much bigger, which is why I have a single called Dale Duro on its way. The risks they're taking on the music with so much at stake in regards to not having that many records, you know, not having the ability to make that many impressions on people. They really felt like this was going to be the biggest and most dynamic experience for the fans. Now, of course, on What Would Meek Do is where Kanye decides that he's gonna give you the message. Not the message that he wants to give you, but the message that you want to hear. So all these people that are, you know, tabloids, TMZ, that's what he's gonna give you. He's gonna do it, he's gonna give it to you on somebody else's record, not only to bring attention to that record, but also so he can address that outside of the mold of what he wants to tell you, what his art piece is, what his painting is going to be when he releases his album. He doesn't want to blemish that with what you want to hear. It's the yip yap gossip bullshit from Hollywood. Understood? Got it. He gives you lines that are almost a hook within his verse. So not only do you have the hook and the main piece that's gonna gravitate towards people, but then sometimes Kanye comes in and gives you these really off the wall
niggas talking shit, yeah, how do you respond?
Or just funny shock value lines that people are always gonna repeat in the club. Like the bleach asshole bleach thing to deliver his personality, his outlandish personality, like tenfold on record, on audio, without you having to see him or without him having to be in the media. I be thinking, what would Tupac do? They be thinking, what would Kids on the Block do? Which again goes back to my Cold West Gambino theory. If you haven't checked that video out, it's right there. You can Apple Square bam 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 tab. Oh, now the obviously important, much talked about, and Drake targeted Infrared. Infrared is the record where Pusha T takes his shots at Drake, and of course the infamous line, by now it's like infamous in like 48 hours, is the line, it was written like Nas, of course referencing Nas's classic 5 Mic album, but it was written by Quentin, of course referencing Quentin Miller.
Hey, 10 bands, 50 bands, 100 bands.
Pusha T, it's the fact that that's true. It's the fact that, like, the one piece that brought him back into be, you know, urbanly accepted and relevant moving forward, instead of just going all the way pop, was not written by him. And I mean, I'm not surprised by it. If you think about like Drake's style and how he actually, like, what his MO is, it's like, duh. Overall, I think the album's really strong. The production's just, you know, really A1. Although I think there's a couple places where Kanye and company kind of push the envelope a little too far, and it doesn't allow the listener to really let things sink in the way that you would want them to. Again, there's not enough records on this project to get sick of it or to feel like anything was overdone. Everything has its own lane, its own sound, its own message, and it seems like it was very selectively handpicked to deliver a solid intro of where we're at and what my presentation is to you, a couple different pieces in the middle that gave you the art, and then at the end of the project we really get the social commentary that everybody wants to hear. I wish you all the best. Back up on my bullshit like I'm masterminding Watergate.